British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is expected to unveil his plans to ease the lockdown next Sunday. But some teachers and parents are hoping schools remain closed, as Holly Hudson reports.
For most of the 10 million school children in the UK, this is the new norm. Kitchens turned into classrooms, gardens into science labs.
So how many adults?
Sophie Dickens is mum to 7-year-old Barney and 4-year-old Penny. She says she's struggling to manage her own work with her children's.
I'm trying to keep these two children safe and happy, but then also trying to learn about, adjectives and verbs and teach them about split digraphs. I've never learned that and I don't know what I'm doing.
But she says she's worried about them returning to school.
Will it be siblings together, or will I have my daughter in reception at home half the time and then she'll swap with her brother, who she's been with non-stop for the past 6 weeks? I am scared. I am scared about the future.
And other parents share her concern.
I personally would like Sophia to go back to school because I think she's missing it. How we would then manage that to make sure we could look after my mother, who is high risk and I have to interact with, I don't know.
If they're back in school, then I'll have to go back into work and my parents will have to pick them up from school, etc. They're both over 70. I think if school's going to be back, then we might as well all go back to everyday living.
Schools in Britain have been closed since March 20th, open only to children of key workers. As other European countries begin lifting their lockdowns and restarting lessons, attention's now turning to when and how pupils here might be allowed back. What seems most likely is a staggered part-time approach. Students of different ages taught at different times on different days, perhaps even in different safe distance redesigned classrooms. The government have yet to clarify this or to set a date, with some MPs said to be pushing for a return as soon as the 11th of May, fearing the longer the school gates remain closed, the greater the effect on the economy. But teaching unions have warned against a return that soon, describing it as disturbing.
We wrote to the Prime Minister. We asked them to model how many extra cases there would be, how many extra deaths there might be. We asked them if their modelling would be based on the idea of children's social distancing, because we don't think that works in schools.
Scientists say there's conflicting evidence about how children are affected by COVID-19 and that they don't yet know enough about how they spread the virus. The government insists they won't contemplate reopening schools, shops or anything else until they've reviewed the data. In the meantime, the focus will be on helping children learn at home, as that's where they'll be for the foreseeable future. Holly Hudson, CNA, London.